How are you kids doing? Are you about finished on the boxes? You're good? Yeah, let's get them dried. All right, you know what you can do then is paint doors and windows in the boxes with other colors. I bet you're wondering what I'm doing in this big old box, aren't you? Well, I happen to have gotten a letter from a young lady. I believe she lives, yes, in Green Bay, Wisconsin. You know, I told you if you'd write to me and ask for certain programs, we'd do them. Well, Madeline is this girl's name. She's 8 years old and in the 3rd grade. Oh, she wrote me a poem too that says, "Grandmas are worth more than a pearl, more than a dove and gold. They're worth more than a princess, but worth a friend or a sister, and God loves grandmas very, very much." I'm so glad she wrote to tell me that. She wrote that poem herself. But what she wanted us to do on one of our shows was what we're doing behind us. Dear Grandma, I would like to see you have a play about Zacchaeus, the tax collector, who was small. I want wee little Grandpa to play wee little Zacchaeus up in the tree. Maybe he could stand on a chair. And maybe you could have a beauty contest for the prettiest dog who gets dressed up in dog clothes. I wrote you a poem. I love you, Grandma. With love from Madeline. Well, I love you too, Madeline. And because you asked us to do this, this is what we're doing today. We are painting the buildings of Jericho behind us, and we are going to do the play about Zacchaeus. We're even going to have wee little Grandpa get up in the tree and play wee little Zacchaeus. So come along with us, guys. Come on, play with us as we build the town and have fun. Here we go. I am putting the colorful paint in here to decorate our houses. We're going to put flowers and doorways. I think I should have shook that maybe a little more, you think? It's a little glumpy. It's going to make some gorgeous flowers, though. There we go. Just like making pancake batter. All right, let's try this again. Hey, kids, who wants to see Grandpa jump in the tree? I do. Do ya? I think we'll have him be Zacchaeus. Oh, Kristen, that is gorgeous. Oh, you need some more paint though, don't you? About to run out. Oh, that's lovely. Is this the front door? Beautiful. I'll bet no house in Jericho was that beautiful before. I don't know. How did you get in there? You did.
This is fun.
We've got the prettiest houses in Jericho ready to go. Kids, are you ready to move? Yeah! All right, it's the moving day. Let's go. Make Jericho. Come on. Sophie, come on, girl. Let's lead the parade. Come on. Good girl. Whee! Careful across the bridge. Straight on. Yes, that's the way. Straight. Look at me. Good job. Keep coming. Yeah. Keep coming. Good job. And then you just keep going right on down that way. No, we're going down to the grass area. Keep it straight, boys. Good job. And follow the girls. Good job. Good job. Good job, baby. You're doing just dandy. Yeah, to the grassy area. Come on, Sophie, let's go with the kids. Whee! Oh. Road wreck. Emergency aid vehicles on the way. Welcome to Jericho. All right, guys, we want you to make a town. We want you to put these boxes and make Jericho all over this area. Come on, guys, set them up like us on a street. Ah! These are the buildings of Jericho. We're over here to make a town now, and then we're going to hit the main thing of making our play. Jericho has never looked so fine. What do you think? Well, it's time to dress the inhabitants of Jericho. So kids, come on and get your costumes. Come on. Oh, there you go. Oh, what's she? There we go. Wait. You're going to be kind of poor, so I don't know. Let's have you put this on. And if you can do that, then you put this across your shoulder. Get your... All right, we're all in place now, and it's showtime. Here's Jesus, and way back there we have Zacchaeus, and here's all the crowd, all the rabble that made all the fun. Here's a soldier. So we're ready to start on our way to Jericho, and we might run into a blind man on the way. As Jesus was coming near Jericho, that a certain blind man sitting by the road was begging. So they told him that Jesus of Nazareth was passing by. And so he cried out, saying,
Son of David, please have some mercy on me.
Be quiet, hush. Yeah, you're just a blind man, go away. So Jesus stood still, and he commanded that the blind man be brought to him. And when the blind man came near, Jesus asked him, saying, What do you want me to do for you? And then the blind man says, Lord, that I may receive my sight. Then Jesus said to him, Receive your sight, your faith has made you well. And immediately he received his sight, and all the people, when they saw it, gave praise to God. Then Jesus entered, and he passed into Jericho. And there was a man there named Zacchaeus, who was a chief tax collector, and he was very rich. And Zacchaeus was looking to see who Jesus was, but he couldn't because he was so short. So he ran ahead, and he climbed up into a sycamore tree so that he could see Jesus, because he was going to go by that way. And when Jesus came to the place, he looked up and saw him, and he said,
Zacchaeus, get down from that tree, because I'm hungry and I want to have lunch at your house.
Who, me? I'm coming.
So Zacchaeus made haste and came down and received Jesus joyfully. But the rest of us, when we saw it, did we like it? No. They said, Jesus has gone to eat with a sinner. But then Zacchaeus stood up, and he said to the Lord, Look, Lord, I give half of my goods to the poor. If I have taken anything from anyone, I will restore it fourfold. And then Jesus says, Today salvation has come to this house. And that's the end of the story of Zacchaeus. I'm so glad that Madeline asked for that. Well, for now, what I'd like you to do is get a pencil and paper ready and write down my address. You can send some ideas for programs you'd like too. Are you ready? Here it comes.
Hey kids, Grandma Joyce would love to hear from you, so why not sit down and write her a letter? Like every grandma, she loves to get pictures, drawings, or anything else you send her. Just write to Grandma's House, P.O. Box 220, West Frankfort, Illinois, 62896. Her email is grandma@3abn.org. That's grandma@3abn.org. So what are you waiting for? Write her today.
Oh, how I wish every one of you sweet kids could have been here today. And I really wish you could have seen how we got Grandpa up into the tree. Madeline had suggested a chair, but it took a ladder. All of us had to hold it steady so he wouldn't fall, and he was pretty nervous about it. But wasn't he a great sport? Oh, I just love Grandpa. How many of you like to climb trees? I know a lot of you do, but some folks just prefer staying on the ground. Myself, I like going up, but it's the coming down that scares me. I remember one time several years ago when I wanted to climb up onto a fire lookout tower in a national park up near Mount Hood in Oregon. It was a sturdy tower, and it had been built just so visitors could get an eagle's nest view of the whole forest below. It had a big pole up the middle with flights of stairs making a square box around it. And it was perfectly safe, I knew. But still, I looked at it a long time before I got up the courage to start climbing. It was easy at first, until I got to the top of the first set of stairs. Then it started to feel a little exciting, and I wanted to see how it would feel to be a little bit higher. So up I went, another flight of stairs. When I stopped there to look around, the little butterflies started to flit around in my tummy, and I hung onto the railing a little tighter. It was still exciting and not really scary yet, so I went up again and again. Now, even if I didn't look away from the stairs, I could tell I was definitely up pretty high in the air, because now, instead of there being shrubs and trees under the stairs, I could see the sky down there. It wasn't so much fun now, as my middle began to really shake. But I had become this far, and I really wanted to make it to the top. So I gulped some fresh air, and I asked my husband to stay right on the step behind me, so if I slipped, I'd fall on him and not crash all the way to the bottom. He said, "Don't look down." Boy, I tried, but I knew down was all around me, and now I was getting a little dizzy. Now, this little venture of mine had become a challenge to me, and I thought, I can't stop now. I don't want to fail. Every step took courage. Or maybe it was just stubbornness. I couldn't tell anymore, but I was so scared. I kept pushing on, even though everything in me screamed to stop. Up and up, higher and higher, only thinking about making it to the top, and definitely not thinking about how to get down again. Until at last I put my shaky foot on the tower floor, and I crept toward the pole in the center. I grabbed on so tight the blood all left my fingers. I could see straight down through the metal mesh. And that was the floor, and the ground had never in my whole life looked so far away. I tried to lift my eyes to enjoy the view. I had worked so hard to glimpse, but I couldn't say I exactly enjoyed it. All I could think of now was, how am I going to get down from here? And I clung to the pole all the tighter. Did you ever get yourself into a fix like that? You know, ventured out maybe a little too far and didn't know how to get back again? I kind of think we're all like that sometimes, because we all love adventure, and sometimes it's just so hard to tell where the adventure ends and the foolishness begins. Aren't people the funniest creatures? Sometimes we're just so silly it makes me laugh at myself. Well, anyway, it took a couple of forest rangers climbing up to help me let go of the pole in the middle. And with one in the front of me and one behind, I slowly made my way safely back down to good old Mother Earth again, still trembling all over. Well, I certainly never did that again. Maybe other silly things, but never that one again. I wonder if wee little Grandpa felt that way when he got back down from our sycamore tree. Maybe. But here's something I'm pretty sure about. I think Zacchaeus was really glad to get down out of his tree and take Jesus home with him. And that's the thing I want you to remember about the story of Zacchaeus and Jesus and you. No matter the scrapes we get ourselves into, Jesus can always help you get your feet on the ground again, all safe and sound. After that, it's a really good idea to take Jesus on home with you. Do that today. Don't forget. Get to know Jesus better every day. No girls allowed.
You didn't need that many takes. You just wanted to see me up in that tree longer, didn't you?
Yes.
Beat you with the stick. Trust me.